When trying to get engaged with B2B prospects, should you cold call or send a cold email first? The short answer to that is that it's probably best to shoot off a cold email first. Actually, you should probably send a sequence of cold emails so that you can warm up the cold call and educate the prospect on who you are, how you help, and why the prospect should spend their valuable time talking with you. And in this video, I will show you how to create that cold email sequence. But before we get to that, it's important to take a step back and look at the cold emails that most salespeople are sending. And I'm basing this on cold emails I receive every day. Email 1 is usually the standard company and product intro email. This is who I'm with. This is what I sell. Do you need or are you interested in what I sell? And then all the emails after that are usually just a repeat of email 1 with the addition of, I'm just following back up on my last email. I'm bumping this up in your inbox. I'm checking back in with you. Did you get a chance to see my last email? This cold email sequence is flawed for a few big reasons. First, prospects get a lot of cold emails from salespeople every day. And when you send these types of cold email messages, it immediately flags you as being just the next salesperson who's reaching out to them to try to sell something. And most of the time, when the prospect receives your email, it's most likely the case that they are not in buying mode for the product or service you sell at that exact moment. Not only do emails like these have a high probability of being instantly deleted, but it's also a missed opportunity to educate the prospect. You have a story to tell, and you can use each of the emails in your outreach sequence to explain part of the story you have to tell. And if you like the direction we're going here and you want to implement this for yourself, the first step is to create your story. And we actually have a step-by-step process that you can go through to brainstorm the optimum things to say for the product or service you sell. Each step in this process will create what we call building blocks. And you can then mix and match those building blocks to create a variety of different sales scripts and email messages. And if this process has done a good job of concisely organizing the key things that you should be communicating to the prospects you're trying to sell to, then this process and these blocks will help you to create a good set of email messages. And when we have our sequence of email messages, we can then schedule those to go out to a prospect over a period of time, and those can help us to spoon feed the prospect little pieces of the story we want to tell, one piece at a time, educating the prospect on who we are, how we can help, and why the prospect should talk to us. And the way to implement all of this is to take the prospects that you're trying to sell to and that you want to get engaged with and put them all into a list of target prospects. Then upload that list to an email automation software application and start sending these emails out in an automated and scheduled way. And after a few of these emails have started going out, then you can bring in the cold calling. And the really helpful thing here is that with just about all email automation software applications, you will get data on who's opening your email and who's clicking on links inside your email. And what you can do is you can use this information to determine who you cold call. With this data, you're able to make better decisions on who you cold call because you're able to see which prospects are opening your emails and possibly following along with the story you're trying to tell. This not only allows you to make a better use of your time, but it takes you from making cold calls to making warm calls by reaching out to prospects that possibly already know who you are, why you're calling them, and maybe why they should spend their valuable time talking with you. And again, the first step you should take is to create your story, and this process will help you to do that. And I will put a link in the description to a video that will take you through all of the steps of this process. And if you're looking at this and thinking, I don't know if I can go through this for the product or service I sell, or if you're thinking I don't have the time or energy to go through this process, the really cool thing is we actually have built this process into our software of SalesScripter. Our software aligns with this step-by-step sales message brainstorming process, and we've integrated with AI, ChatGPT specifically, to where all you have to do is enter the product or service you sell and specify the target audience you're communicating with or the audience you are trying to sell to and send emails to. And then the software will use ChatGPT to do all of the copywriting in just a matter of seconds to create an optimum set of features for your product, ways that you might be different, benefits you can deliver, pain points you help to solve, pain questions you should ask, current state questions you should ask. These sets of bullet points are your building blocks, and then the software uses these building blocks not just to create a whole folder of sales scripts, but it will create a whole folder of email messages. And you actually have individual email messages for each of these building blocks. And we've actually done the work of stringing these together to create cold email campaigns that you will have in a matter of seconds. And then you can grab those and either use those as they are or modify them, build off of them to make them your own. And so hopefully there's a tip or two in there that can give you some new ideas of how to improve your cold calling and cold emailing efforts. If you have questions or you want more information, the best place to go is salesscripter.com. Thanks for being here. Hope this was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.